Hey guys, what's going on? Porcupine Theater here, and I have a huge problem with what's going on with these pay-per-views. 100%. And this is something that I really didn't want to mention in any other videos prior to this because I wasn't too sure. I hadn't looked at the schedule or anything like that, but now that I'm seeing this in action, now that I'm watching as the WWE is having pay-per-views literally every 2 or 3 weeks, it's really starting to get annoying to me. Especially between SummerSlam and Breaking Point, where there was literally only about 2 weeks in order to get everything together, and then we got the show that we did, and I think that's kind of Exhibit A alone of why you need to have a little bit more time in between all of this stuff. What the hell is this? It might have been the WWE contacting me, telling me not to make this video. But at any rate, this is just something that absolutely bothers me, because you have no real ability to build a suitable rivalry, especially for something such as Hell in a Cell, which is coming up here in about a week. There's a lot of people who have been talking about this on YouTube, and I realize I'm probably beating a dead horse by this point, but you know what? It's something that has to be said by me, and that's a Hell in a Cell match is really supposed to be the finality of a rivalry. It's really supposed to be the breaking point, so to speak, not to steal the line from the title from the previous pay-per-view. It's supposed to be the part where the rivalry either cools down after this because they've just put themselves through hell, or it finally just dies off completely for whatever reason. This is a career-changing match. It's a career-shortening match, and now it's something that's really being. I guess they've taken the gargantuism out of it. They have taken the importance out of it, the prestige, whatever word that you would like to use. And they have really transformed it just into something that's relatively normal in the WWE. And I hate that. Not only are we having basically no time for build between these pay-per-views, but these gimmick pay-per-views are usually, they seem to be gimmicks. They're the biggest gimmicks. Hell in a Cell. I mean, submissions only, it's a boring concept to me, so I wasn't really too big of a fan of it. But a submissions match is something other than wrestling straight up, so it's different. And then, of course, TLC, which is coming in December in place of Armageddon. And guys, I just hate this. This is just absolutely obnoxious, especially if, we're going to see 3 Hell in a Cell matchups back to back to back at Hell in a Cell. Are we going to see that really with TLC? I mean, that's going to be. It's probably going to be entertaining, and it's probably going to be interesting, but it's just going to be a giant spot fest, for one. And as a traditional wrestling fan, you're not used to that all the time. It's not something that's completely PC to you. But another thing that's going to suck is that there's going to be multiple TLC matchups on the same night, and TLC is usually reserved for Extreme Mazers, just like Hell in a Cell is. So this is just a fine example of poor planning and poor design, in my opinion, on the part of the WWE. They really need to rethink this, because I really don't think this is something that they're going to want to transpose in the next year. And you really have to think that what now is the real breaking point? What really is now going to separate a rivalry from being at its biggest, deepest, and darkest moments and being done? Are they going to bring back the Inferno match? It's doubtful because of the PG era. They can't bring back First Blood because of the PG era, and we're probably not going to see any blood at Hell in a Cell unless it's accidental, and the same is true with TLC. Any blood that you're going to see from here on out is going to be completely incidental. But what really do you do now? You can't really do the Elimination Chamber because they do that at No Way Out in February. So that's already an example of a gimmick pay-per-view. Now that one, in my opinion, works. That one works because it's an idea that you see once a year, and it really just has worked in the past, and there's always room for twists. And the twists have always been good. But now that we have so many of these gimmick pay-per-views, if a twist happens, it's not going to be really that surprising. It's not something that we're going to really care as much about. And that is very, very troubling for the WWE, in my opinion. But they insist on doing this. They insist on making the pay-per-views remarkably short, a short time apart, and it just makes these rivalries harder and harder to believe because they're not doing anything over the top to really push these superstars over the edge. It's just, I want what you have. Oh yeah, come get it. Something happens that's sort of shocking, but not really. And then, okay, we're fighting for this, and I'm going to kill you. That's it. These guys really don't hate each other. It's just parts in a play. I don't know, guys. Leave your comments. Leave me a couple video responses based upon what you think about this topic, but to me, it's just getting absolutely out of hand. The WWE needs a little bit of an overhaul, and maybe in a future video or videos, I will explain how I would make the WWE a better place. Take care, guys.